What is going on, guys and gals? Tyler here, and today I'm bringing you another Mortal Kombat topic video. And today's topic video is going over the possibility of Shao Kahn making a return in Mortal Kombat 11. Now, unlike some of my other Mortal Kombat 11 videos, this actually has some hard evidence. I'm not just pulling some shit out of my ass, I'm actually using some actual evidence on this one. And yeah, that's to do with Shao Kahn making his return. Now, as you all know, Shao Kahn is pretty much the main baddie in the Mortal Kombat franchise. There have been others, such as you're seeing on the screen, Quan Chi, and you've also got Shinnok in Mortal Kombat X, and in Mortal Kombat 4, and guys like Onaga, but Shao Kahn's always been the most badass and the most loved. Now, everybody really loves Shao Kahn, and everybody who doesn't love him hates him, which is the perfect thing a villain should do. And Shao Kahn's always been fearsome, and people have always wanted to play as him, especially in the modern new timeline. So fans might have been a little bit disappointed when Shao Kahn was killed off in the first game of the new franchise, and also when he didn't make a return in Mortal Kombat X. Then again, you really shouldn't have been expecting it, but still, people were a little bit disappointed. However, upon inspection on one of the maps, or arenas in Mortal Kombat 11, Mortal Kombat X, which is actually a little bit coincidental considering my last video, we have a lot of evidence that would suppose that Shao Kahn is going to be making an appearance at least some point down the line in the Mortal Kombat franchise. Now, Shao Kahn always is known for one thing. Well, actually many things, but mostly he's known for his Wrath Hammer. And that's something you can see in Quan Chi's Fortress, which is a map in Mortal Kombat X. Now, in Quan Chi's Fortress, there is one main thing about it, and that is in the center of the battlefield there is a bit of like a revenant pool, where Quan Chi created the revenant army. And in the revenant pool, there seems to be a revenant forming that's much bigger and badder than any of the other revenants we've seen. It's a huge body shape, and he's got a head that seems like it has somewhat of a skull-type logo imprinted on it. Now, what do we know about revenants? Well, number one, they're former Mortal Kombat fighters that were taken down either by Quan Chi or another villain that were transformed into, like, kind of zombie-like things, so we already know it's a dead combatant. Number two, they're pretty much the same. Their body doesn't get any bigger, their body doesn't get any smaller. Their body shape remains the same. And how many characters that are in the new timeline, or the modern timeline, do you know that are as big as that big motherfucker in the middle of the Quan Chi's Fortress arena? Simple answer, other than Goro, who has 4 arms, no. It has to be Shao Kahn. There's no other character in the storyline that, unless it's some random new guy that we've never heard of, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to say it's Shao Kahn. So, that guy, who you can see on screen right now, that seems to definitely be Shao Kahn, and there's a lot of other evidence supporting it. In the background of the arena, you can see a lot of stuff, especially right there on the screen. You can see Shao Kahn's armor and his Wrath Hammer. Now, Quan Chi wouldn't just have these things lying around unless he intended to do something with them. I mean, he's got his armor hanging up on a wall, he's got his Wrath Hammer right in arm's reach, which is a very powerful weapon. He probably wouldn't leave hanging around unless he had something to do with it. And it just seems a little bit too coincidental, especially when you take into consideration the other items that are scattered about the map. If you look in the background of the arena, and I know you can't see it right now because I'm on the character select screen, you can see ninjutsu scorpion swords and possessed Kenshi's sickle. What do those two characters have in common? They're both playable. So now we have a lot of stuff. We have that huge revenant in the middle of the arena, Quan Chi's arena, who's known for creating revenants, and the only body shape it can fit is Shao Kahn. So we have that. You have his Wrath Hammer just lying around, and you wouldn't just leave a powerful weapon like that lying around. And most importantly, you have Shao Kahn's armor hanging up on a wall. Another thing you don't just leave lying around, because it'd be stupid to do that. It's Shao Kahn's armor. Now, there is a bit of a problem right now, and that simply is, if he was made into a revenant, why didn't we see him? Well, there are a few reasons for that. Now, notice, first of all, in the Mortal Kombat X storyline, one of the most important, or most interesting parts of the storyline dealt with the civil war going on in Outworld. Now, after Mileena was killed, we really didn't see too much about it. The only parts that we really saw of the Civil War were in the beginning or the middle of the game. We never saw it really in the final act. Maybe, during that time that we missed, Shao Kahn was planning on taking back his throne. Now with Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat 11, there are a few things that they can do. Number one, and I think most realistically, is that they're going to make Shao Kahn a type of guy who is going after the throne again. Somewhat like Onaga's story in the older games, except nothing like that at all. And, well, I mean, not nothing like that, but they were both going after the throne, and they're both going to get it. Now, Shao Kahn will have joined the Rebel Alliance, and it will be a surprise to everybody. Nobody's expecting Shao Kahn to want to join a Rebel Alliance. I mean, come on, that's insane. It's Shao fucking Kahn. And everybody already thinks that he's dead. So when he shows up, everybody's freaking out. Nobody knows who it is. Or, well, they know who it is, of course, but they don't know why he's there. And it's pretty much a battle for who's going to be the new leader of Outworld. And it's going to be, the rivalries will be with Shao Kahn and Rain, because Rain is going to be itching to get his throne. He has been waiting, and all he's ever wanted really was power. And now he's mere inches away. He's not going to let this dead emperor take it from him. So that could seriously be a rivalry, Rain versus Shao Kahn, albeit it would probably be very short because Shao Kahn would sweep the floor with Rain. Now another thing is that Shao Kahn likely will not be playable if he's made back into a character. And, you know, I can deal with that. You know what would be really cool what they could do though is give him a chapter in the story, his ascension back to the throne, and let us take control of him for that short period of time in the story, and then maybe, if you are going to make him playable, give him a huge nerf, because it'll be unfair to play as him if you put him in the main game. Now, that's cool in itself, and it's pretty much just your classic story, fallen emperor taking back his throne, but there are other ways that they could do this. They could make Shao Kahn a servant to Liu Kang and Kitana, kind of a role switch between the three, as a revenant member of their army against Raiden and Earthrealm and pretty much everything. Or they could do what my prediction would have thought, and make Raiden evil and have Shao Kahn work with Raiden, and have Raiden pretty much hire Shao Kahn to be like paid muscle and control Earthrealm and like work for him, because I mean he's still a revenant. He doesn't have his smarts, doesn't have his brains back anymore. He's just a revenant at this point. Very strong, evil, powerful revenant, but a revenant nonetheless. Now, because of this, the Ascension to Throne theory isn't as plausible, because he's still pretty much just a mindless zombie who needs a ruler to really tell him what to do. So I don't know how independent he would be in, like, taking over the throne, because, I mean, the Liu Kang incident, that's few and far between. Another problem would be, with Quan Chi, did he even finish creating him? I mean, with the creature that we saw in the pit in the Quan Chi's fortress arena, I mean, that didn't seem finished. No other revenants are looking big, red, hulky, and covered in fire. That's what he looks like. And it just doesn't seem like he was finished. And if we're talking about an arena, can we really even put this arena into canon? Well, I think you can. I think we can all assume that Quan Chi's fortress does not take place after Quan Chi died. If it did, the characters would be not fighting, they'd be trying to take down that huge-ass revenant in the middle of the pit. So I really do think that this Quan Chi's fortress arena is canonical, because every other arena seems to be, and that this really is Shao Kahn in that arena. I mean, there's a lot of evidence. I don't know why else they would put a huge revenant, Shao Kahn's armor, Shao Kahn's hammer, all the Shao Kahn stuff, along with a bunch of, I didn't even mention the calling cards and player emblems online that include Shao Kahn, which means at least they know what the people want, like much like how they have Rain as a calling card with who's another character possible of becoming playable in MK11 or MKX. And it's just really cool, and I really, really, really hope that they go with this Shao Kahn idea. I mean, I don't see why else they'd have him in a part of an arena, but still. So what do you guys think? Leave in the comment section down below, and be sure to like if you enjoyed. Also, while you're at it, you might as well subscribe. My name is Tyler, and I am out.
Girls wanna tie a kid down and keep me around, but I would never change. I'm a dog, I'm a hound, but I tell them what they wanna hear. They like how it sounds till lost, never found. I met her at my show, then we smashed right after. If we go 3 rounds, then she fall in love faster.